Hey, this is Jim with J21 Greenhouse. Just a little update on the cooling system I got going. I've converted two different swamp coolers with these new fan style blowers that are way more energy efficient than the big squirrel cage with a motor. The big motor driven squirrel cage was drawn about 9 amps. These pull about 2.5 amps. So these swamp coolers are running at about 400 watts per cooler. So the solar system has no problem running those full time. There's just a slight bit of trouble on overcast days where it actually uses just a little bit more power than it consumes, but the batteries have plenty of reserve to keep the cooling going. And it's been over 100 degrees here, and on the hottest day a couple of days ago in the middle of July, it was 105 outside, and it did get up to 96 degrees in here, which is better than being outside. So I'd say it's fine the way it is. I think I have sufficient cooling. And even on a overcast day, partly cloudy days, it's running in the low 90s, 92-ish, which is great for what I got going here. I got a little banana tree going there. It's kind of getting climatized and used to the greenhouse. I got a few things planted, some herbs, peppers, tomatoes, there's a pineapple. I got a little lime tree. It did not transplant well, but it's going to do okay now that it's finally settled in. And yeah, so the cooling system, there we go. Second cooler just kicked on. All of the coolers are on little temperature remote control. 88, 85 for the first one, 88 for the second one. So they're not always on both at the same time until it gets really warm and needs them both. And you can see the solar system, it's putting out, so there's a few wispy clouds going over right now, but it was, so it's fluctuating really bad right now, but it was up to 40 amps. So I've got 8 solar panels, 210 watts apiece, so I've got about 1,600 and some watts of solar power. And my top quality Viver 3,000 watt inverter, which has actually been doing pretty well, and it hasn't had a glitch, so I'm pretty happy with that. Sits there and runs both coolers, doesn't overheat, doesn't do anything bad. It's been going for well over a month with no problems. Battery bank, it takes care of running these coolers into the afternoon. As soon as we lose the sun off of the panels, it runs for about another hour before the coolers get down to where they shut off. And you can see up on the roof I have one of those temperature actuated vent openers. I have one on the ceiling, and for the other vent I put one small window in this little side office to kind of keep the solar panel, the inverter and the batteries cooled down a little, so it blows a little bit of the exhaust air out through the office area. And there's a shot of the solar panels. 8 210 watt solar panels doing the job. And my hops on the trellis right there. So it's going to take a lot of soil to fill up my IBC tote. So luckily the neighbors have horses, and another guy down the street mows grass. So I have a good stock of horse manure and grass clippings, which mixed together seem to do pretty well. You can see by the temperature there, if you can see it, it's 140 degrees, and I just stirred it yesterday. And yesterday, before we turned the pile over, it was 150 degrees. So it's doing its compost thing really good. And in that tub there is my previous batch. It's just finishing out. It's not getting near as hot, so you can tell it's done its duty and it's nearing completion, except for the grass that got thrown on top of it. But composting is coming along. It just takes a long time. And so I mix my compost with regular dirt, which I have a nice little stockpile of dirt from the building. So the way I do the dirt is I put it in the concrete mixer, and I have a little heating element, which is it's actually a barbecue brick starter. So down inside of there is a one of those brick starters, so it's like a oven element. So it heats up the dirt inside of that. I get it up over 150 degrees, and hopefully that'll kill off any of the weed seed that's in the dirt. When I mix it with the compost, I won't have too bad of a weed problem. All right, well, there's my update. Got the cooling system working, good to go. Seems to be working fine over a period of several weeks with no problems at all. I'm not running out of power or anything like that. And the power system is doing great. Couldn't really ask for more. I don't think adding panels would really do a lot. My coolers consume about 800 to 1,000 watts, and my panels are capable of 1,600 watts. So anytime the sun's not out fully, the batteries will carry the load, and I think they're capable of carrying the load for several days with no sunshine, so that's not even an issue. So I think I'm good to go. So we're fully off grid as far as electric, and come this fall, when it starts cooling down, we'll be hooking up to some hot water solar panels and get heat going for the winter. But for now, good to go and pretty happy. So anyway, like and subscribe, and thanks for watching, and we'll be making some more of these videos as we get some things going here in the future. The next project is going to be doing some automation for monitoring the temperatures in the floor in the room and doing data logging and that kind of stuff. So if you're interested in that, we'll be starting in on that here in the next few weeks. And stay tuned. Thanks.